Hello, hello, hello. It's Kate. I'm back for another Paper Crafting Live on a Tuesday. And today I thought I would bring you this really fun stamp set to play with. I've taken some of the stamps out. It's called Hearts and Hugs. It's one of the new ones by Stampin Up. Sorry, my light's a bit glary. So I'm going to play with this today. It comes with an accompanying die set, which is really super cute. Cuts out all the creatures and it has more dies in it too. Absolutely love it. I saw this one at our Stampin' Up convention when they released the new catalogue and showed us all the goodies and how to use them. Lots of inspiration, and I absolutely fell in love with it. However, this is the first time I've pulled it out. I can't believe it. I have been a little bit distracted, I have to say. But as soon as I saw this stamp, this one, I could not remember this. This was Splat Hamster to me. This little guy, he's very happy, but he looks like he's been splatted. And so to me, he's Splat Hamster. These are cute. These badgers are lovely. I like the walruses and this little mouse holding a heart. So I thought we'd play with this, have a bit of fun. The dies for this make it super versatile, are useful, I think, because we've got obviously the dies that cut out the main animals. Then we've got all these flowers and hearts, a big banner for the sentiments, and then this flower, stem and grass image, and this kind of semicircle hearts. Yeah, so there's lots of things you can do with it, I think, because we could put the flowers on the stems, we could cut these out in a circle, we could use all the little hearts from the insides, and the sentiments on the stamp set are good. We've got a thanks, sending a big hug, so it's there when you need it. That's really good. I could just hug you and sending birthday hugs, hence it's called Hearts and Hugs. Hello, Amanda. Thank you for joining me today. How lovely. I don't feel so all on my own. That's really nice. I'm glad you're here. Oh, look, I can do this now. Hello. I can see you. Well, I can't see you. That would be very strange. But you can see me. You can see my face. So, and I forget that I have this feature. I set it up a few weeks ago. I'm still a bit weirded out by the fact that I can see myself, but I try not to do that. And yeah, but it means that we can connect a little bit better. Hello, Mary. Thank you so much for popping over from Liz's live. Oh, thank you, Audrey. Isn't she a sweetheart? I do love Liz. She's my stamping buddy, my stamping sister. We've been in Stampin' Up. We joined about the same time. We joined the same team and we've been best friends for a long time. We go on all the little jaunts together and have a lot of fun. So that's really nice of her to send you over to see me, and it's lovely to see you. Thank you. I hope you get a bit of inspiration today. I do have a confession. Okay, so my confession is that I wasn't going to go live today. I always go live on a Tuesday afternoon. Those of you that know me may know that I did in-person copying cards every week, twice a week, for about 5 years until COVID came along and we went online. And ever since then, I've been doing coffee and cards or paper crafting videos on YouTube every week. I wasn't feeling it this week. I was not feeling my crafty mojo. I don't know. I was not having the best of days. And I was just like, do I really want to bring that vibe? And do I have the creativity? And then I thought, I know, I'll listen to Liz because she's around and we always cheer each other up. And then she called me out. She said, oh, Kate's doing a live this afternoon. So Liz, little does she know it, is my accountability buddy. Thank you, Liz. Hi, Janice. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, so if any of you want to look at any of my other videos, do go ahead. They're all here on the channel and you can see them. Lots of them are live because I do a live every week, and then I have pre-recorded videos as well. I've done lots of different formats over the years. So yeah, you might find something you like. So I was not ready to go live. And when Liz said, oh, Kate is super organized, she always knows what she's doing. I'm like, no, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. She has no idea. But I did know that I want to play with this gorgeous stamp set, this Hearts and Hugs, so that's the one. I have not opened it until 20 minutes ago. So we're going to play with it together. We're going to discover it together. We're going to have a bit of fun. I do have a vague idea what I'd like to do. Thank you. Thank you for cheering me up. I do need it. I don't know what's going on. It's just my crafty mojo. I don't know, but you know what? I have had this before. It's very rare. I find the best thing to do is just get stuck in and play, and it comes back. Right, I'm going to pop you round to my desk view and we can see where we're at. Okay, right, so I went for a favourite colour combination of mine, and I have picked out some. There's a lot of light shadow in here, I am sorry. I think it's because we're getting lighter days now, and then I've got a massive overhead light. So I've got a sheet of smoky slate. This is a tent fold card. So it's A4, scored and cut in half. So I would have my piece of A4 and I would cut it at 10.5 and score it at 14.8 centimetres. That makes my lovely card base. And that's right, Mary. And then I didn't know what to say. I couldn't say to Liz, oh, I'm not going live today. I'm not feeling it. And I was very grateful to her for being an accountability buddy. Little did she know it. And then I've got a piece of petal pink, which is not cut to size yet. And I need to grab some basic white. So I'm going to cut this pink piece. But I have got an idea. And just being on here always cheers me up. So why I didn't, why I thought I won't go live, I don't know, because, you know, it's self-fulfilling, isn't it? Oh, excellent, Audrey. She's an ex-Stampin' Up demo. She's got quite a few old critter stamp sets that I can utilise. Do you know, I think we've been through every animal. I can't think of many animals we haven't had. There might be some weird and wonderful ones, but generally. So 10 centimetres. Tell me where you're all from. I would love to know. I know Amanda's in sunny Spain. I'm in cloudy Buckinghamshire in the UK. I'm about, Liz and I meet for lunch sometimes, and it takes us both about 20 minutes each. She's near Oxfordshire and I'm in Buckinghamshire. So that was 10 centimetres by 14.3. But it is such a lovely crafty community. So that's my layer. And if you'll excuse me, I'm going to grab some white. Splat Hamster. I love the Splat Hamster. Let's grab a few sheets of basic white. So I've got it here. And I'm going to cut a piece out for the inside of my card. There'll be a bit of colouring in today. This is definitely one of those stamp sets, has a nice outline that you can use whatever your favourite colouring in medium is. Today I'm going to be using my favourite, which is the Stampin' Blends alcohol markers, but it would work really well with the Stampin' Right normal pens or the watercolour pencils or any kind of inky thing you like. Right, 14.3, so the same as that pink piece, same dimensions. Oh, you're in the Netherlands, Mary, lovely. Is it cloudy and Wheatley, Janice? Yeah, cloudy here. 14.3 by 10, there we go. So, if I can pick this up. Can I get anything off this today? Right, okay. So, the Stylish Shapes dies. They're a packet of dies with stitched shapes. We have circles and squares. And what else is in there? I can't remember. Where are you? Here they are. They're very old. Super old. And as you can see, I use mine to death. Banners, that's right. And there are like 4 or 5 of each in kind of ascending size. So I'm going to use this big circle today for my card. Now, I'm going to cut an aperture out. So that will lay on there. That's my layer. Like that. And I'm going to cut an aperture out of the middle. I'm just looking out of my window while I'm talking to you, and it is really close and miserable looking. It's not raining, but it is meant to rain. So I'm going to pop this in the middle of my card, and I'm going to pop it through my Stampin' Up cut and emboss machine, which is right next to me here. I'm going to take that away. You'll hear the clunkety clunk. I've been embossing, so I just need to change my plate. So you can chat amongst yourselves just for a second. Right, okay. So I've got my aperture cut. Now what I'm going to do, take the circle out. I'm going to pop it onto the card. I'm going to bring a pencil in where you would have your nice border all the way around. Make sure it's central. I'm going to bring my pencil in and I'm going to put a very faint pencil mark here. And go around the circle and I'm going to cut it again. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you could cut both layers at the same time, but to be fair, it's not much harder to do it this way. It's probably easier, and then you don't get anything sort of, if I put this on here and I had cut them both together, you risk it shifting around. So I'm just going to do it like that. Obviously open the card up, you don't want to cut all the way through to the back. Right, I'm going to tape it down with a piece of washi. Let's see how that works. I'm hoping it's near enough. There we go. Let's have a nice grey circle to play with as well. Can move that one. So, here we go. Audrey says she's in the northeast of Scotland and it was beautifully sunny this morning. Unusual for your part of the world, but now the cloud is winning. I know, that thick blanket of cloud really is. Oh, Mary, I remember you. Oh, you were with Jacqueline, who is your upline. We met in Rotterdam on stage. I do remember you. Jacqueline is so lovely. How lovely for you to join me. Thank you. I do love Jacqueline. She's so kind. She's so lovely. Okay, that's going to go on here. So now you can see the aperture matches really well. And I did think that I might emboss this. So I am going to bring out an embossing folder. Now, I did try it already with a different one. Let me grab one. They're in my dies. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so I realised since the catalogue changed, I hardly have any current embossing folders. I have the wood grain. I have the Fern 3D, which I feel has been around forever. And I have the Falling Leaf. And I really need to stock up. I have rather a few retired ones, which I will obviously keep my favourites and use. But I think I'm going to use the wood grain. I'm assuming it's current. Ooh, because I think I went through everything a few weeks ago. The one I tried out for my trial was this, the leaf fall one, which is beautiful. Didn't quite go with what I was after with the animals. So I'm going to try this and see how it works. It may or may not work, but I think it's a bit more appropriate with the animal I want. So I'm going to use the hamster. So I think if I pop it in this way, yeah, so I need to investigate all the nice embossing folders we have in the new catalogue. Do any of you have any favourites? I'd love to know. I should have brought my mini machine in the shop, but I don't think the embossing folder would have fit through that anyway. It's a bit of a big one. I do love an embossing folder to give a bit of texture. So here we go. Let's put that one there. I think I dropped a die just now. I'm not sure. I heard something go. Don't know. We'll soon find out. So that's going to go on there. It just gives us a bit of texture. Like that. I quite like that. Okay, so I can glue that down, and I really think I will, because it's just going to float about, and I'm not going to put any ribbon on it. I've already decided. So, best glue when you've embossed will be the Tombow. Because it's a liquid glue, it kind of fills in all those nooks and crannies where you've embossed the card. Although I also struggle a little bit with Tombow sometimes, but it's perfect for this. It also gives you that little bit of wriggle room when you pop it down to make sure you've got it straight, which is a bonus. I've got gluey hands already. How is that? You have the swirled. Yeah, I don't have that one either. We might have to get the catalogue out in a minute and decide if we can choose me some. because, oh gosh, I got really excited for a minute, because today is free shipping, isn't it? Free shipping, guys. So if anybody is watching and has anything on their wish list, or, you know, things that they might want to use in the coming weeks, months, grab it today, or you don't have to pay for postage and packing. That is exactly what I'm going to do later on. I'm just looking around for my catalogue. They're all over the place, but do you think I can find one right now? No. Right, I'm going to put Splat Hamster in here. He's going in there. And I think I'm going to put him quite high up, because I'm going to try. Oh, I shouldn't have glued it down, but never mind. We'll work with it, and then you can see by my mistake. And, you know, if you create a card like this, you'll know. Because I think I'm actually going to add in some of these flowers, and then if I add in some of those, if I add in, oh, hang on, if I add in some of these flowers here and put the flowers on the top along here, I could actually have tucked the piece, the die cut pieces in between these two layers. So I think that's what I would have done. So in which case, I'm going to stamp the hamster quite high up. And I don't know what colour to cut out these, but they're going to come here. So I think I want my hamster about here. Okay, so that'll give us an idea of where we're at. I'm going to use Memento ink for my hamster so that I can colour him in and it won't smudge or muddy. Black Memento I find is the best for that. Make sure he's nice and inky. And because he's not a massive stamp, I can keep the, let me take myself out of here. I can keep this closed and just stamp him straight on. Splat Hamster. If you're worried about your colouring in, it may be worth, before you stick the layers on, stamp it and colour it in case you go wrong. And then you can always just pop another layer. Oh, it could anyway. I suppose you could always pop another layer on. How cute is he though? Isn't he lovely? I love him. I absolutely love him. So I think, yes, I think some new embossing folders to add to my collection. So I've brought in the light. I'm going to move this carrier bag. I'm sorry, you can hear it. I've got a little bag of goodies for someone, and it's right there, and I keep knocking it, and it sounds all crinkly. Right, I'm going to use the light and dark crumb cake with a little bit of, is this petal pink? No, this is one of the flesh colour ones. So I'll just use one of those. Oh, that's a petal pink for his nose and the inside of his ears and his hands and his feet. Petal pink to match this one. So let's colour him in. So I am going to go around with the dark. Does anybody else have this stamp set with these little creatures on it? The little mouse is adorable. When I used to do coffee and cards in a little coffee shop, we used to have a lot of fun. And I think this would have been a perfect set. You don't even have to use the dies. I will be making a card with the animal, you know, cutting out the animal dies, but you could really have some great fun with this with just the stamp set as well. The dies just take it up a level. But if you just like a nice put together easy simple card, you just need the stamp set. So yeah, so all over. I'm going to leave his belly. I'm going to go in with a light one for his tummy. I haven't quite worked out how to zoom in using this live streaming software, because I've got my camera on my phone on a different setting, and you can't see the front of the phone as a camera anymore, if that makes any sense, to zoom it. Then maybe I'll work that out. And I've got my tripod down as far as it will go, so I'm hoping you can see okay. So I tend to just move it around in circular motions, and that kind of blends it all together. His little tummy is a bit lighter than the rest of him. Oh, is he the reason you bought the set? He's absolutely the reason I bought it too, Janice. Yes. Isn't he gorgeous? I love him. See, when I was a child, we had gerbils. We didn't have hamsters, but we had gerbils. Now, when my children were small, they wanted hamsters and we got hamsters. They had dwarf hamsters, and now you know how small a hamster is. Dwarf hamsters are so tiny. So we had lots of dwarf hamsters. I love hamsters, but we also had guinea pigs. Now, if you want to know what was my favourite small furry animal, guinea pigs win every single time. And when I was a child, I had loads of guinea pigs. I had a shed, or my dad's shed, and he built me lots of hutches in the shed. And I had lots. Absolutely loved my guinea pigs. I'll do the top bit light as well. I love how they talk to you and squeak at you. They're really super easy to handle for a small person, for a child, because you can pick them up. They're solid enough to pick up and not have them like shoot off like a hamster. But I do love hamsters. Look at him or her, Splat Hamster. All I need is a cage, and then have it pressed up against the, you can see how it's coming through, have it pressed up against the bars of the cage. Poor hamster. Maybe I should make it with one of those, what are they called, those cards that were all the rage recently with the trellis work? Was it a trellis card? Whatever that card was called, I could have a hamster behind the trellis, couldn't I? That'd be funny. So little pink insides of his ears and his nose and his hands and feet. So there he is, looking super cute. And he'll sit in there, right? And that's going to go over there. So now I'm going to find some green, I think green for this, and have it coming up here. And I'll cut a couple of those out, and then we'll have some flowers. So this is interesting because I haven't used any of this until now. So we've got one that's a double, and then we've got some singles. So let's have a look. Oh. So, I mean, that would fit on there just like that, and then another little one there. But I imagine they cut out separately. So what colours should we go for? Some petal pink and maybe some yellow. I'll have a look and see what I've got. Let's grab some scraps. Looking for Mossy Meadow. Right, I've got quite a large piece of Mossy Meadow. Petal Pink. Daffodil. Delight. And I'm thinking some purple. Okay. I don't know what colour this is. This may be Fresh Freesia, I'm not sure. Highland Heather, I think, actually. Okay, let's see what this looks like. And if it's no good, well, at least we've tried. And we'll know. So, like I said, not organised at all. Oh, no! Oh, that's unfortunate, Audrey. She says when her 2 children were younger, they adopted a guinea pig, but that was when she found out she was allergic to the fur. Yeah, actually, some of the long-haired guinea pigs, I imagine, would shed quite a lot. And often it's the dander, isn't it? You know, what comes with the fur we're allergic to. That's unfortunate, though. What a shame. And the thing is, when you have a small animal, a pet, when your children are small, we want to teach them to look after the animal. But, you know, as parents, we're under no illusion here that this is going to be us doing this. And that's part and parcel, isn't it? Until they're bigger. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, look, how cute is that? Oh, it's so cute. I'm loving it. I think I'm going to do a couple of those and put the flowers on. So sometimes after you've done it one time, you need to pop it out. So yeah, take your pick tool as your saviour. Right, flowers next. So we've got 2 lots of those. And I'm just trying to think, what about this and this and this? Let's just cut some out and see where we're at. So there's 4 yellows. Did I do with all the other colours? Here we go. Let's do a couple of those and a couple pink. And then I can put them on another card if I want. I've got quite a few stems, so we'll see. So poor Shaz is still poorly. She's not around, is she? Bless her. Okay, so there's a flower. That one needs to be popped out. And that one. There we go. So we've got lots of flowers. These are super cute, aren't they? Right. Let's have a look. Now I suppose it depends on how they sit when we have glued them in here as to what we'll see. So something like that. Yeah. And then if I put the flowers on, I can see how big they'll, so I don't want to completely cover up this poor little hammy. Sweet. Ditzy flowers, yeah. Your guinea pig's name was Oscar. Oh, as in Oscar the Great, but you called him Osky Posk. I love that. It's a cute name. Osky Posk. I love it. Well, talking about guinea pig names, I've got a funny story for you. So my youngest is, he's 17 now, but there's an age gap between them. So Sarah was, I think, 8. John was 5 when Jacob was born. So there's a fair age gap. So when we got these guinea pigs, and Jacob was quite small, the older two named them. Well, all 3 of them named these guinea pigs, but they thought these names would be hilarious because they wanted to see what happened when the vet would shout out, or the receptionist of the vet would shout out their names when I took them to the vet. And so they decided to call them Cow and Donkey. So we had 2 guinea pigs called Cow and Donkey, and they lived forever. These guinea pigs, we actually inherited them. They were rescue guinea pigs, and we had no idea how old they were, but they weren't new when we had them. And they named them Cow and Donkey. And so for all of the years, when I would take them to the vet for whatever reason, the receptionist would shout out Cow and Donkey, and the kids thought this was hilarious. Only my children. Oh, but it was fun. All those good memories. I can't even remember the names of the hamsters. We had a few over the years. I'm sure the kids do. But we're very much an animal family. However, at the moment, because the children aren't really children anymore, you know, the oldest is 25, and then I have a 22-year-old. Yeah, so they're not babies. So we have a cat and a dog now. Mind you, our cat is absolutely mad as a hatter. Right, so I'm going to arrange these flowers now. So I don't want the big ones right in front of him, so I'm going to go for small ones there. I'm just going to work out what flowers I'm going to use. So pink, yellow, bit of that one, and then we'll go from there. So they've got a handy, if you can see that, a handy little circle here to put your glue on. So I'm just going to go for it and see where we end up. Now normally I am a little bit more organised than I was today, because normally I am fully planning to go live. So my cards don't normally take as long because I've done some of the prep and I know where I'm at. But today it's a bit of a longer video. There's more of a thought process going on. So if you're watching on a replay and you want to fast forward, feel free. No offence will be taken, I promise. So a bigger one down here. And then this last one, you can just about see that poking through there. I'll do a pink one. I mean, you could definitely and it's probably a lot easier. Pop your flower heads on the stalks before you glue them in. I just wanted to get an idea of what it's going to look like, so I did it this way around. Okay, so they're in, and I'm covered in glue. I have 2 spare flowers, and I've got a Splat Hamster. So, oh, there's another spare flower. Put that one over there. I'm going to pop him in. How cute is he in his garden? I love him. So, time to glue the hamster in. Yeah, free shipping today. So I need to make a list. It's always nice to save £6.95. There we go. So that will go in an envelope beautifully. Now we need to work out what sentiment we're going to have on here. So I do love that they have given us a nice large banner there so that we can choose, and it's going to fit hopefully. Now I am going to send a big hug, and I'm going to use this sending a big hug. I wonder if I can, yeah, can you hear my thought process? Okay, you can see where I was practicing before I came on to colour in the walruses and the hamster. Now, I didn't know what colour is a walrus. I know what I've seen. I thought they were a grey or a brown. But then I had a look on Pinterest, and my friend Angela Merritt Reid from New Zealand, she is an artisan. She is an amazing, talented crafter. So look her up. She's called Stampin Beauty. She's incredible. So one of the first pins that came up on Pinterest, because I was trying to work out what colours people had coloured their walruses in, she'd done it in these colours. I believe she'd used this colour, which I would never have done, but it seemed to really work in her card. So that's a tip. If you look up her, Stampin Beauty. Right, I need a block. Sending a big hug. You can see I've not opened these stamps until today. And we've got hearts there, they'll be useful. Oh, I need the labels. Where are they? Here they are. Has anybody been watching Bridgerton? Oh, has it fallen off the stem? Oh, it has. Oh, well spotted. Who spotted that? Audrey, well spotted. Thank you so much. It must be what I want is a pink one, otherwise I've got 2 yellows. Oh, it must have fallen off before I stuck it. There's no glue on there. Never mind, we'll have 2 yellows. Your guinea pigs are called Bubble and Squeak. Oh, I love that. That's just so appropriate. Bubble and Squeak. Love it. Ah. Audrey says all her pets were rescued and sadly all gone. Her son is 43 and her daughter was 40 in February. Yeah, they grow up fast, our children. My daughter's getting married next year. What? I mean, I'm excited, but how? How has that come about? 1 minute she was in a pushchair. Oh dear. 1 minute she was in a pushchair and the next minute she's got getting married. We wouldn't want it any other way though, really, would we? That's the whole point, isn't it? That they all grow up and become independent and go off and do the things they need to do in life. Get jobs and settle down and be happy, basically. It's all you want, isn't it, for them to be happy? Right, sending a big hug. So I was going to use the end of this piece. Now, I think this die is going to be, sorry my arm is in shot. I think this die, whilst it's very useful, is going to be way too long for this sentiment. So I'm going to stamp it anyway. And I may not use it as a die, I might just use it as a way to cut it. So sending a big hug. Oh, that did not stamp very well. I wonder if I've got one of those pesky pet hairs. I think I can see it on the stamp. Let's give it a clean. Look at the state of my chamois. Still see it. Let's see. Where did it come from? Right, let's try again. There. No weird. I also stamped it too hard the first time, so that looks much better, doesn't it? Yes. So I'm going to die cut it and then see what it looks like, but I might just chop it down to fit what I want. Now, if it wasn't on a circle, I'd have the banner on one end, but I don't think that's going to work. So let's just do it in the middle. Pop a bit of washi on there to keep it in place. Right. Let's pop this through the die cutting machine. See how we go. Oh, it might be nice at the top though, might it? Yeah, it might. I was thinking of having it kind of over here, but then obviously you don't want that, do you? Because, yes, your hamster is obliterated. I mean, talk about splattered. Well, that might work. Sending a big hug. Then you can have it coming off the end. Or slap back the bottom. I think I'm going to pop it here. I'm going to cut it. Where's my snips? A pair of snips. I have got a few friends who need this card today. So I feel I'll be making more than one eventually. So yeah, I'm going to use this end. I'm going to glue it flat instead of popping it up on dimensionals. I was going to pop it up, but I think I'm going to glue it down. Because this is kind of going to go over the circle, the aperture, I'm going to put most of the glue down the bottom so that it doesn't get all stuck in the middle. I think there's tons of uses for these dies though, these Hearts and Hugs set. I really like it. Sending a big hug. I think I need to find some gems though. Sorry, my arm's back in shot again. I keep doing it. Right, we have got so it's there when you need it, which is what I'm going to put on the inside. Splat Hamster. What did I do with the stickers? Where did I put them? They have disappeared. They were there a moment ago. Here they are. Honestly, I'm crafting just around here and on my desk, so things can't really even go far, can they? Right. So, oh yeah, who's been watching Bridgerton? Yeah, you said your daughter is mum to your 10-year-old going on 20 granddaughter. Oh, Audrey, I can relate, even though I don't have a granddaughter. My daughter was 20 when she was born. I'm sure you know what I mean. Honestly, she was always grown up. When she started preschool, she wanted to just chat to all the adults. Honestly. Oh, she is just the best. I do miss her so much. No, she's moved out and doing her thing. Oh, I'm so proud of her. Right. But I know exactly what you mean. Oh, all your dogs are rescue, Amanda. That's a good thing to do. So where this kind of section is at the bottom, behind that I'm going to put, hopefully it'll stamp nicely so it's there when you need it. Yes, that was a bit of luck, considering we've done all the other things on the card. So cute. Well, I have a little idea, because I did spot in here little hearts. How long have we been going? I've nearly been going an hour. I can't see me pushing out a second card today, unfortunately. Next week I'll be much more organised. Maybe I'll do 3. It's half term next week. So my 17-year-old is at 6th form. So I'm still at but still at the stage of thinking in terms of half terms and summer holidays and Easters and all of that. And then he wants to go and look at unis. So that'll be next. And then it'll still be half terms, won't it? Well, not quite. It's different at uni. Petal Pink. My Petal Pink ink pad. Look, the label has completely faded. We used to have a different, was it called Pink Pirouette or something years ago? And that label was faded as well. I don't see any point in replacing it. It works really well. There's no problem with it. Yeah. So I'm not really that bothered. And it is in through the window. Obviously it is in the daylight, but it's not in direct sunlight. And none of my other ones do it. Right, I'm just going to try this in the pink. Oh, I like that. I was considering stamping it in black and colouring it in with the pink. But I think the pink is nice. I think. Let's try it. Splat Hamster. It could be like Danger Mouse, couldn't it? You could get into all sorts of escapades. Audrey said that could be a new kids TV programme, Flat Hamster like Danger Mouse. Yeah, I remember Danger Mouse. When I was a child, I loved it. Right, so there's the black. We could have Flat Hamster. Looking for the petal pink. There's a petal pink. I haven't really let that black dry properly, but we're going to get an idea of. I'm just doing it on a scrap piece of cardstock so I can see. I think that just that is better. It's not quite so harsh. So that's what I'm going with. And also one less step to do. Yeah, so we know who this card is going to. I'll give you one guess. Right, so I've got a couple of those little hearts there, but I'm now going to get them so that I can see them a little bit. Just coming through that aperture there, and you can see it just popping through like that, and I'll do some on the other side. Oh, how cute. I love that. That is very cute. So that is Splat Hamster card. let's bring in some gems. I've got a big box of gems. Let's have a look. Now, my gems are a mess. Let's have a look. Look at this. Look at all of those. Now, don't be shocked, because lots of those are retired gems. But I have sorted through them all. I've also got gems in here because some I send them to my team for thank yous and things like that. So I've got all sorts now. These are just the basic rhinestones. They will look cute. Oh yeah, I can see my retired ones. I've put them all in a bag that are retired. I keep them for my scrapbooking too. These are really pretty. These are the new in colour shimmer gems, but I don't think they're going to go with any of the colourways I've used apart from that one, the top one. These are beautiful, but I think they're a bit big. They're the iridescent faceted gems. Incidentally, I'm giving away packs of these as my customer giveaway this month if you shop online with me. Let's see, what else have we got? That's cute. That's the rainbow adhesive back dots. I think they carried over, which is why they're in there. Those. I'm not enamoured. I think I'm going to go with my favourite rhinestone basic jewels. So let's see. I can never get enough of these things. Just a little bit of a little kind of hint of a sparkle, nothing too in your face. I've got glue on me. There we go. Ooh. So there's our card, and if you're not fed up, I'm going to decorate an envelope for it. What do you think? Is it cute? Sending you a big hug so it's there when you need it. I have a few people this needs to go to. So this card I was showing you earlier, where is it? Well, it's not a card. I was using the embossing folder earlier on. I did it with the walruses, look. So it will be a similar idea. This embossing folder does not go with walruses, but I was trying out the idea. But I think these would go great on a card like this. So I just need a different embossing folder, and I'm going to finish this card. But yeah, if you're interested in the walruses, I think even the badgers would look cute through there, wouldn't they? Right, what am I doing? I am going to stamp my hamster on the back now. This is going to be interesting. Let's have a go. Actually, I'm going to stamp him on the front first. I might just stamp him on the front. I think that'll be enough. And where's that bit of card? So my stamp will go here, won't it? So my little hamster's going to dangle upside down. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Audrey. Thank you, Mary. If you do look at Pinterest, have a good old look. There's tons of cards for inspiration using this stamp set. When we saw it on stage, the person who did all the samples did an amazing job. You'll remember, Mary. And there was a lovely card with a hamster in the middle, and then all the hamsters going around. Some of them obviously upside down, but they're going around in a circle around the outside. Brilliant. Right, I'm going to bring back in these colours and just colour him in quickly to finish it off. So he's dangling down. I've popped a little bit of scrap cardstock into the envelope while I colour so that it doesn't bleed through to the back of the envelope, these pens, because it will. Not what you want. The Stampin' Up envelopes are fantastic for stamping on. They're amazing quality. I wouldn't use anything else now because, one, I get a discount because I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and two, once you've used them, you're like, oh, this is good. It's like getting a posh envelope through the post, you know. When you get a thick, like, wedding invitation or something, the Stampin' Up envelopes kind of feel like that. Love them. Just a bit special. Right, let's do his face. Obviously we don't have all the sizes, so, you know, use what you have, but yeah. The only problem is I do always make a squeaky noise. Goodness, I wish it would just rain. It's just looking so dull. I've made a really harsh circle there. I might have to colour it in. This will blend better at the top, I think. There we go. Let's just colour that in with the dark one. Could use a colour lifter, that would work. You know what? If I turn it around, it's easier to see what you're doing. Which it makes no sense, does it? Because it's still an image. Oh, look at his cheeky face. So this one's going to go off in the post. And there's a pink just for his little nose, his little hands and his ears. And then our card's all ready. So don't forget to decorate your envelopes, because no naked envelopes, please. No naked envelopes. And then when the person gets it through the post, it's so much nicer. All right, I know the envelope's going to go in the bin, but you know, it's so much nicer to get a fun envelope than a boring one. If that comes through the post, you'd be well pleased, wouldn't you? Thank you, all of you. That's very kind of you. So just one card from me today, but I showed up. Thank you to all of you that joined me live. I really appreciate it. I will be back next Tuesday for another Paper Crafting Live at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, UK time. And then I'm back on Sunday, hopefully, with a Scrapbooking Sunday video. But I'm definitely going to be back for Tuesday for Paper Crafting Live. Thank you if you are joining me on catch up as well. So if you're watching me on replay, just say you're from Tomorrowland. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you have enjoyed watching me play with a Hearts and Hugs stamp set, this Splat Hamster is my favourite. Yeah, thank you so much. In the little description box down below are all the links. So if you'd like to shop with me, they're down there. The link to my website, my blog, and lots more crafty inspiration is there too. And if you have enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. Click the little bell button down below for notifications of when I go live. And thank you so much. Thank you, ladies who popped over from Liz's live. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you back next week at Liz's live too. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Oh, you know what? I'm going to say goodbye properly. I do this every time. I keep forgetting I have, I can do it like this. I keep forgetting I have the ability to say goodbye. So goodbye, and I'll see you next time. And here's our little card. Ooh, that way, isn't it? It's upside down. There. See you next time.